Are you looking to apply to college but don't know where to start? Feeling overwhelmed since there's just so much information out there? Well, I got your back. I've compiled key milestones during the college application process so you get an overview of how to be on track during your application journey. This video is meant to be high level, comprehensive timeline so you know what's ahead, and I'll follow up with a deep dive into each action item as part of a larger series to make sure you're getting the best advice and avoid the most common mistakes. I'm Tiffany. I'm a college and career consultant who's helped hundreds of students successfully navigate the college application process. Go ahead and subscribe to get more advice on all things college and career. Before we get started, I recommend you get organized by creating a folder on Google Drive for all of your college application documents, timelines, and essays. You'll go ahead and thank me again later. Create that spreadsheet because you're going to need those usernames and passwords for all those different application portals. And you might forget, the last thing you want is to be sending in your application last minute, because I know some of you are very much last minute folks and you forget your password. So save yourself a heartache and a cry session when times are really stressful. The first step is to create a college list. So once again, keep organized with an Excel sheet or a tracker that we just mentioned. Some students don't realize that building that college list is super time consuming. Make sure that you expand your search beyond local public universities. I remember when I was searching, I was only looking at the University of California system, but there's so many other great schools. And make sure that you choose based off of majors and careers that are available. Don't just look at the Ivies because Elwoods went to Harvard. As you build your college list, factor in these different components. 1, cost. 2, opportunity of employment. How likely are you going to get a job after college? 3, opportunity of academia. What are some of the top programs and professors? 4, supporting resources and unique opportunities. Are there study abroad programs out there? Are there career fairs that they'll put on? 5th is, of course, campus culture. You can search for some of these clues online at College Express. There's Naviance. There's plenty of online information sessions that colleges are putting on and local events if you want to go physically. And there's opportunities to connect with college admissions representatives, either at your school, online, or in your community. These sessions are really important opportunities to let these colleges know you're considering attending their institution. Some institutions even keep track of who goes to these events, and it might help your application percentage of acceptance. 2nd is to start planning your SAT/ACT timeline. Plan to take it anywhere in the summer or even the fall. You might be applying to a school that's doing test optional. However, it's good to just start preparing just in case you decide you want to change your mind after you're doing these college visits as well. And the last thing you want is to rush taking the SAT/ACT if needed. Also, if you take the SAT/ACT, this could also be scholarship eligibility, which could really help you be able to afford college in a much more manageable way. I'll go ahead and link some resources for SAT/ACT prep in the description down below, but something I've seen really work well for students is starting a study group amongst your friends. So that way you can share best tips and tricks on how to solve problems through the SAT in a more efficient manner. 3rd step is to ask teachers for letter of recommendations. You'll need these letter of recommendations in the fall if you're applying to certain schools that require it. Many teachers have a maximum number of letters that they'll be able to write, especially good quality ones, which is the one that you really want. So it's good to ask early. They might start writing your letter this summer while the work that you've done with them is fresh on their mind, which is super helpful, and I would actually recommend to do that sooner than later. Some schools do brag sheets where you fill out a form and share more with your counselor or teacher, all your accomplishments and your background, which is going to be helpful. And we'll talk a little bit later about college resume as well, because it's very related to the brag sheets, which will be helpful for your letter recommendations. The 4th step is to start thinking about how to afford college. So the 2 different aid platforms is 1, FAFSA, and the 2nd is CSS Profile. These forms are critical to your financial aid process. All schools require FAFSA, which is the free application for federal student aid. Colleges use this data to determine how much federal aid you'll be eligible for. And then the CSS profile, which is short for College Scholarship Service Profile, is only required by some schools and scholarships. Submission windows open on October 1st, so fill them out even if you think you won't qualify for aid, because you never know what will happen to your family income in the following months or years, unfortunately. Don't leave any money on the table. The fifth step is the almost obvious one, which is college applications, which usually opens anywhere from August to October, the portals. And you want to start familiarizing yourself with this information so you can start gathering what is necessary. Some of the most popular applications include: 1, the common application, which usually opens in August. Each school's due date can vary, but usually as early as October until December or January. And then University of California and the California State University system. Those are going to be opening October 1st and due November 30th. And third is coalition applications. They usually open in July or August, and the due dates vary depending on the colleges. A huge tip for you is to find out if you qualify for fee waivers, and if so, how to get them, because it'll be saving you a lot of money since colleges are going to be super expensive. The sixth step is related to the college application itself, which is writing an impressive activities list and college resume. You want to start a sheet of all of your accomplishments and activities for your college resume that will make it easier for you to complete the activities section for college. Make sure you include dates, time spent, impact for all of the 4 years in your high school career, inside and outside the classroom. I can't tell you how many students forget about the great work that they've done, so spend time reflecting. Look at your calendar, open up those photo albums, anything to help you remember, because you've done so much work in your high school career. Let's make sure that you highlight them, and don't forget about all your awards and certifications as well. Step number 7 is to write a killer college essay. Each application portal will have different essay prompts, so make sure you give yourself plenty of time to brainstorm, write, proofread, and edit. This is my favorite part of the application since it could really make or break your acceptance. I know that sounds daunting, but if you plan early enough and put in the effort and do introspection, you'll be just fine. So my main advice is, first, don't procrastinate. You can start now. Most schools keep their prompts the same every year with the exception of some supplemental essays. Second tip is to start thinking about what are your values. What do you want the colleges to take away from reading your essays? Because you need to reflect more about what you want to come across to these colleges. They're oftentimes looking for applicants with strong leadership skills, ones that are innovative, hardworking, as well as very unique. Think through few examples of how you can demonstrate these in your essays. Third tip for you is to read the prompt and make sure you answer it. I've seen so many students totally miss the question and deviate from the topic. Please don't let this be you. The purpose of these essays is colleges want to know you better and if you can follow directions. So make sure you read those prompts and answer it accordingly. Step number 8 is to stay organized and pay attention to the details for these college applications. Check your application portals, emails. These portals are the places where colleges keep applicant information and where you can update contact information, monitor your application status, upload and track your documents, make sure that your teachers and counselors are sending their letter recommendations. There's so many details that you need to be checking off. So make sure that you're not missing any requests for more documents from these colleges. So those are the steps required for successful college applications. I'll be adding more videos detailing what mistakes to avoid and what has proven to be successful. So make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions or advice that you would like to share with other students, please go ahead and comment down below. I know the process can be super overwhelming, but we're in this together. As long as you keep organized, put your best foot forward, and meet those deadlines, you'll rock this process.